G'day, today we're going to play the last current level in All Quiet Roads, 4743. This one is my hometown of Sydney. Well, it's not my hometown now, it's where I was born at least. Alrighty. Interesting to start us off with the Pentagon. So, I think it's 6 bridges, so I guess at this point, just do a straight line connection between these guys. Make it slightly straighter than that. Even though it's only temporary. Alright, so it looks like we got... I wonder how we're going to design this in terms of like... jumping back and forth across the river. I was rewatching one of the earlier videos I made on this, and I could already see the sort of the evolution of strategy that I'm going through. The things that I was going like, no, don't do that, buddy. Which is also funny because a lot of these I filmed in quick succession. Slowly upping that strategy and getting comments to say like, oh no, do this, change that, and it's like, yeah, don't worry, I get there. I got a lot of circles. We have no intersections yet, so actually terminating this into an intersection probably isn't the best strategy. Alright, we got a hospital. Not really going to work. I was thinking about a new strategy that I haven't played with before. And it's to do with one-way streets and how you could possibly use one-way streets more effectively. The idea would be that what you do is... I've done some tests where what I've tried to do is I can use one way, they just go that way. I don't know why it feels like we're going so slowly in this one. That like how slowly it's taking us to get road tiles and things. Maybe it's just I'm using a lot of road tiles. The one thought I had with this is that I sort of pitched that what you could do... I'm actually not sure if I ever played this out in a video. But what you could do is sort of like a crisscross like this. Now, there are 7 different types of destinations in this game. Circles, triangles, squares, pentagon, hospital, stadium, airport. And in a total connection, you can have 8 things. So in theory, what you could do is go... connect all 7 things to one thing and then have an extra of something. So potentially you could have, say, 2 circles because you've got so many circles. 2 circles, 1 triangle, and then the other 5 more uniques attached to one. But obviously it's ineffective and you can't really build well enough to... like, you don't have enough resources to build the amount of intersections that would require 2 circles on each. So, what if instead you build like this? So say you build this guy you have your intersection here. Not a good example of where we have one. Let's say we put it here. If, say we have an intersection here. And we go, all right, this guy's connected here, this guy's connected here. What do we got here? Another circle, great. So we can have a whole bunch of circles, say, connected to this. Then what we do is go out this way. We put a one-way road marker, for example, there. And then what we do is we put this off that way and this guy off that way. In fact, I reckon maybe we'd have to put that further up. So we say put a one-way marker there and a one-way marker there. So then what it means is this road can send people, but it's not going to receive people at all. And what that would mean is that this conversion point is never going to get hit by 100% people that way and 100% people this way hitting 200% on this road and causing a traffic jam. All it's actually going to do is have 100% people this way get divided at this later point. So in theory, you could have one road where all of them divide off onto different routes. I mean, the reason that eventually wouldn't work is because you're going to have something like this, where they're just getting so converged. There are so many options here. So let's go for that one. So I think it's a strategy that could work, because what it means is that you can have more of just the common guys attached to a single point and then divide out the rest of the work with less road as well. Because say if we're swinging this way, we can then have another road that shoots off this way that's one way to that square. So yeah. So, I don't know why we have no triangles. What are we lacking in Sydney here? Affordable housing? There we go. So, I mean, having one triangle is now almost worse, because it means that it's now a luxury location. Hopefully we see at least another one somewhere. So let's try this out. So we'll run one route this way to him. Then give this over to that guy. Tricky thing is that this would be really hard to manipulate over water. Let's think about this. Where's the airport in Sydney? Kingsford Smith. I want to say it's definitely near the city. I'll say it's somewhere in here. Or is it over here? I don't know. Well, let's give this to some of these guys. So we currently don't have a, what are we currently missing? An airport. So These guys, this is so express that these guys aren't even bothering sending their triangles to here. They're sending them out that way. Oh, this guy's at least correcting. Ending up with a lot of bridges there. Well, we've hit our first marker on this one. Swing that in there and put that there. That one way. We then want to make this road genuinely appealing for all concerned. So we can trade one of these for 5 road, or we can get 14 of this for them. But if we traded one of these for 50 cars, then we can get one for 51 cars. So let's make... Actually, let's get rid of that, and we'll instead send it that way. So we only need one intersection there. Now the idea of why this will continue to be effective is that it's never... The problem that, say, an intersection like this is going to have is that there's always going to be someone going to your, say, right. Like if this guy's trying to come in, he has to wait for traffic in the road beside him because everyone from that intersection is heading out somewhere. So if they're all heading the same one direction at this intersection, that should never clog. Let's get rid of that little example thing up there. Alright, so not too bad for these guys at least. So we can have these guys set up there and then have this turn down here. Get them in there. We do need other people to have access to that though. But basically what this means is if you look at this setup here, we still don't have an airport, but we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with questions about where the airport's going to eventually show up. So what it means is that this set here we can almost disconnect from the rest of society. That they are they can just operate exclusively to what they've got. Currently it's not the case because for anyone else, because we've got the stadium. These guys need to come across here to get to the stadium, so we can't sort of get rid of it just yet. Of course, let's get this guy connected. It's just something at this stage. And we'll get him connected. What we'll do is we'll set up another cross section and we'll do it here. It's almost killed now. We have to rotate this around, maybe. We need this guy to sort of go out this way to do some of this connection. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'll let this guy come in here. Alright, of course that goes one way, so you can't get rid of anyone. Okay. So what we can do is run a single guy from there. And done. This is now completely self-sufficient. That everyone else needs to rely on it to allow them to currently get through to these two destinations. That's now what we want to see if we can alter. So you can see this guy's now struggling because everyone has to pass through this section. So let's set up here. See if we can assist with this. Let's break all these guys up. Right, I gotta wait for that to go away so it stops trying to appropriate it. Okay, so let's just pause for a second. Alright, now let's make all of these crossroads elevated. The problem is that currently we don't have any one-way road. You're going to see a lot of guys going through the hospitals and things to get down here. But I mean, at the moment, that's sort of okay. Why we got so many guys crashing in there? Attempting to go through a broken one-way? Do that. The one way there. Maybe they started their journey before that went one way. Now they're just freaking out. Actually, we didn't need to use that for this guy. So just to check for this guy, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just heard a house enter, but I don't know where it actually went. Is it this one? I've got this guy down here too. So, let's have a look here. Just going to slot these guys onto these, just so that they continue to move smoothly through them. Sorry, I didn't have a look either. Am I allowed to buy one-way roads? Yes. This is becoming a big old population down the bottom here. No way I can connect that to that without him running into this guy, so let's concede that. Let's express this as well to give these guys options of where they want to go. We don't really want the guys on the North Shore up here. See, yeah. Give me more announcement that you're struggling, buddy. I'd love to come help you. Every time a car blows up, I lose a, I lose one of my trucks, and I don't understand why cars are still blowing up. Like, why they're still actively trying to use these, like, paths they're not allowed to use. I'm not even catching them when they do it. Alright, let's move this guy down here. And let's aim the two of these guys to the north. Need to give these guys at least a clover leaf. It's one thing I've got to get rid of. I don't know what that. I don't know why they keep trying to head that way. Clearly labeled. Let's try moving it up one then. If they get the hint there a bit better. Cloverleaf, okay. So it cost me 14 road. Not worth it with how badly these guys are looking. Okay, so say these guys want to get to squares and things. They need to go up here. Let's get rid of this connection. Get rid of that for now. Run him directly into the back of this triangle. Then run the triangle up over there. Then let this guy come down to there. What I'll do here too is we'll change this up so that this guy runs into the back of the triangle. Because then that at least means he's, like, they can trade off their triangles and circles without having to put them into the intersection. And we'll just get this guy to run correct. This interconnect highway that I've built here that was meant to be for the benefit of this individual has ended up being one of the most efficient sort of movers of traffic. The thing is, I don't want... It could suggest that what I could do is remove the one-wayness of this other one to try and, like, just help that similar thing. But I think that if I have too many of them available, it's just going to mean that everyone's going to pour through those particular points. We don't want. We also need to address what we're doing here. We don't want we don't want people having to move through the square. Okay. Let's try this too. We can see how much congestion is happening right there. What if we turn this guy around so he goes through the triangle? And the reason I'm sending him through the triangle even though he's closer is because the triangle's the one, he's the only triangle connected to this. So what if we go straight across to there, and then this drops down one, goes there. So it means that these guys can pick which way go. And you can see there's a lot of airport traffic that has to head through that way. I wonder if I can get this guy direct to the airport from here. That's not an intersection, so we could go... drop even further down. Let me just Just make sure we get all of those sections. One of the most congested areas of green we've built. Let's see if anyone actually uses that. Yep, they are. Good. So current serious problems that we have. Well, firstly, it's going to be congestion. It's going to be too many guys trying to hit the same one point. So first thing that we can address is we can get rid of this guy from here. And we can connect him in there. Sort of these 5 guys at the top here. So let's build a... There's not that many... I don't think anyone actually is using this as their hospital destination. For no one, that's the closest point. It's a little bit further this way. Don't have that much bridges at the moment either. It feels like it could possibly be a waste of bridges trying to build up here. But I also feel like it's going to be a very problematic spot. Alright, so let's go. Actually, one of the bigger problems that we're going to have up here is that they just don't have access to a triangle. Destroy the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Just cut that one short, maybe. We'll go. I can go that way. This guy can cut in here. Cut down into there. Buy them a cloverleaf too. The problem is, apart from hospitals, so actually, firstly, good point, they don't need access to that. Here's just their access point to everything. I also totally messed up that I made that an overpass, because it was literally the thing they were using to connect to both this and that. So it means that we can sort of expand this a bit more to try and get to other things that they need. Which is probably what Triangle's kind of gone. That in there for them. Again, they're still using this guy as like a an interchange. There's our 10,000, so we've hit the 4 achievements at this level at least. is totally our problem though. But we have more things to work with, so can we get out this way down to a triangle and the airport? Any easy way for him to do it? Let's try this. Get rid of him. We'll put that in there, and then might as well go highway for this as long as we can afford it. Blow that guy up too. It's just alright, then we cross our bridges. And we also make that connection. One thing I don't feel like I've ever pointed out with the AQR scoring is that if you get red roadways, your AQR will stop going up. But if you clear all those red roadways, your AQR will return to full score. Like it'll say, well, you managed to have a successful setup with that score as it is. We do have enough trucks that we can buy one. Buy a cloverleaf. Just slot in there. Okay, so problem guy now is this guy up here. So let's try and address some of his issues. From a point on this guy's route, so let's say here, we might need a little bit more bridge. Let's say we go up in there, and then also go down here, like that thingy, buy another cloverleaf, that there. We don't really want guys going through the Pentagon. Let's do this too. Let's see if we can convince these guys that they can send their hospital traffic north. Just need to make that road appealing enough for them to try and bounce out and do it. But the hospital's now sending all of his... There's some of his traffic this way. Alright. Firstly, let's give that guy a break by just at least taking one of the two guys. I mean, on paper it looks like what I've just done has helped out, but this is actually the traffic line that's blocking this guy from getting anything out. So he's as bad, he's as worse off as he was. What we could do maybe is go... I don't think that's going to work either. Let's get this guy off his back. We don't want him to escalate out of control though. Alright, we've got more of that, so let's send... You can see more stuff's actually now coming down this way too. So actually made this intersection worse than it was. Let's flip this around. Let's kill that route. Tell this guy he's going that way. And he's heading to the triangle. Once this... No, it's a pain. I mean, that one's annoying because it's more just one single house suffered. It wasn't necessarily the network that was the problem there. Definitely room for improvement for that one. Not too happy with that one. Nah, well. Alright, there we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. But till next time, catch you later. See ya.